On out there, world. Oh man, this is a special edition, man. I think that this shit hit the fan so tough. I got to get on this. I couldn't wait till the normal Thursday. So, Tua Tagovailoa, our prayers are with you, brother. Stay your black ass off the field, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Today, the NFL Players Association fired the third-party independent neurologist that sent Tua Tagovailoa back in the game last Sunday. This was the first concussion Tua got in a 5 day span. If you ain't been on the rock on the wall or under a rock in the last 5, 6, 7 days, Tua Tagovailoa, who was a starting quarterback for Miami Dolphins, suffered what was his second concussion in 5 days this past Thursday in the game against the Cincinnati Bengals. If you saw the footage, you know it's bad. And I'm going to tell you that millions of football players, former football players, hell, any type of athlete, saw what happened to that young man, and we all know he's fucked up. So I'm gonna tell you, as a former football player, an average ass high school player, I had two diagnosed concussions. And I say diagnosed, those were the ones I actually took my ass to the hospital and they said you got a concussion. CTE, which has now been found in the last, discovered in lots of former football players from Pee Wee football all the way to long term NFL Hall of Famers, has been discovered after the death of most of these players. CTE has caused former players to take their lives, while technically their bodies were still viable, but their minds were off. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be real honest. Brian Flores should now be one of the most celebrated men in the motherfucking world. He called out the Miami Dolphins as a trash ass organization last year when he filed his lawsuit against the Miami Dolphins for being fired unjustly. The actions of the Miami Dolphins ownership showed it this past Thursday when they put their starting quarterback, a black man, back in harm's way. Man, listen, I get it. Football is a gladiator sport. I watch football every day like I still can play it. But if you are an organization and your prize player is always going to be what? Your starting quarterback. Because he is the main captain of your team. Teams that have sucky quarterback play keep drafting quarterbacks and they keep doing what? Fucking losing. Tua, who was just entering his second year, had a lot of promise ahead of him. But because Miami Dolphins have fucking stupid ass ownership, and I'm gonna put it out there, they throw a black man to the wolves. I guarantee you, a Manning wouldn't have been thrown back out there. A Josh Allen ain't getting thrown back out there. A Jalen Elway ain't getting thrown back out there. Damn sure Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady ain't getting thrown back out there in 4 days after they fucking ears are still ringing. And you say, Mike B, how can you even say that? So I'm gonna give you what happened on my first concussion. My first concussion, I slipped at practice and caught my head down. And my homeboy Big G hit me right on top of my head. And I'm gonna tell you, I was 16 at the time. I felt woozy, heard this ringing. Sad thing is, I finished practice. Even worse thing, I got behind the wheel of a car and dropped off 4 of my goddamn teammates at the house. Then I went home. I went home and laid down, and I still hear this ringing. My mama said it was unusual you to come home and lay down right to practice. Normally go get in the shower or whatever. I said my head hurting, and I keep hearing this goddamn ringing. It's like a school bell going off. So then they took me to the hospital. One of my football coaches came out there. What up, Chief? And they did a CT head scan. They diagnosed me with a concussion. Then on top of that, they found something else. So if it wasn't for the concussion that I suffered at football practice, then they wouldn't have found the other piece that was in my brain. But that's for another subject. We ain't gonna talk about that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is concussions even happen sooner than that. So I even started thinking about it, I always live with my head, dumbass. I played football like Chuck Cecil. And I can remember when I was playing Pee Wee ball and I hit a guy and I heard that same ringing before. I might have been 9 or 10. And it was kind of like a big time hit. And you know the first thing your teammates do when you get a big hit, they smack you in the head. Ain't that shit silly? You done cause head trouble, but then they smack you in the head even more. Brain just bouncing off goddamn walls in your skull. Just think about that. How many of these young men? It's gonna keep going on year after year because the NFL ain't going out of business no time soon. Concussions are serious. It is when the brain, your little brain, which is encased in your skull, which has liquid to cushion it, your brain smacks against the wall of your skull, either front, back, or side to side. Never, I'm just saying, it's like a song. Tua Tagovailoa may never be the same. Did you see his hands? I'm just asking, if you saw the hit, you got to be like, man, this dude like 24, 25. I'm 42. What the 42-year-old Tua finna do? Now, if I'm his parents and I'm any lawyer that's about my business, I'm immediately going to file a $200 million lawsuit against the NFL and the Miami Dolphins because that's the growing rate for quarterbacks on the second contract. It's about $200 million. Just saying. I pray he has no long-term lasting effects, but I think he could be screwed for life. And the Miami Dolphins organization needs to be held accountable. NFL Players Association need to file a grievance on behalf of Tua and his family against the Miami Dolphins and the NFL for $20 million. They need to pay for what they did. They broke the rules. There are rules in place so this shit doesn't keep happening. And like I said, they threw the black man out there. Oh, I want to go back and play. The, the point of the third party neurologist was for somebody that cannot be influenced by either side and has the competent authority to keep your ass out of harm's way. That's why the NFL Players Association just fired this dude today or yesterday, whatever. His ass had gotten swayed by somebody. I ain't gonna call no names. I'm just saying, somebody swayed his ass. Concussions ain't nothing to play with. I'm gonna tell you, man. I got partners I talk to all the time, man. We got blank spots sometimes. I can remember something in kindergarten one day and couldn't remember what the hell I said 5 minutes ago sometimes. And like I said, I've been diagnosed with two. And then after that first concussion, I had to get a brain scan every year for 10 years to monitor myself, to see if my brain was deteriorating. Now imagine at 16, they tell me 16, 17, they tell you, we got to start watching your brain to see if your brain is starting to deteriorate. And you're like, well, your ass on here smoking and drinking, you goddamn right. You know why? Because my black ass still alive. There's some cats that took so many blows to the head, they decided they didn't want to be alive no more. Body was perfectly healthy. Mind was off. Even a few years ago, an actor that made the movie called Concussions, I ain't gonna say his name because, he liked to slap people, but which was a great movie. NFL panned the shit out of it. NFL defamed the doctor that even made that movie. Or they used most of his studies. But then they turn around and say, oh, and we shouldn't do that. We should collaborate. And, you see these hard knock videos where they practicing, they got all these damn stumpty dumpty ass helmets on, but then go out there and throw a motherfucker to the wolves and let him get slammed on his head 4 days after he had his first concussion. Makes no motherfucking sense. Really don't. So, hey, man. Hey, for all those players, man, protect yourself. If you hear ringing, stop. You stand up, you woozy, man, stop. I'm telling you. You feel like you're invincible when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. But I'm going to tell you, 42, 43, you ain't fucking invincible anymore. Catch you next time.